Okay, so let's go over these quickly to see what you got, what you need. So let's bring this up. Definitely catch the reader's attention and keep their interest. Definitely correct punctuation and grammar. Definitely good word choice and sentence fluency. Factual information is very, very important, especially in a news article. Your credibility relies on your getting the facts correct. Interesting topic. I'm going to add here relevant. Needs to be relevant to the reader to be interesting, so they need to understand why it relates to what they need to know. Not too opinionated. This is one where we need to distinguish between editorials and newspaper articles. A news should be not opinionated at all. Should stick to the facts. An editorial can be as opinionated as it wants to be. So we need to know the difference between a news and an editorial piece. Approve and discuss. Okay, approve and discuss with a superior or supervisor. That's common sense. That's not really a rule. Edit before publishing goes back to good grammar and punctuation. That's common sense as well. Research topic. That's a good idea. The topic, you should know a lot about the topic and bring in sources besides just your friend who knows the exact same amount or maybe a little bit more, and actually do a little research and find out some people who know more about this particular topic than you do or a general friend would know. So, let's see what else we got here. List your sources. That's as far as if you quote somebody, make sure you say who they are and why they're important. And there's a good video. I'm going to include a video because these two are important, so I'm going to include another video for these two called the narrative video, and it's posted above this, so just watch that. And then intro, body, conclusion, so you follow your 5-paragraph format, which we will discuss more later. What else do we got here? Next slide. Okay, next slide is considerations to think about. What you want to write your article about, what age group you are writing to. That's a good idea, especially for our school newspaper. For a school newspaper, you should always take into consideration who you're writing to. Write more facts than opinions. That's traditionally there are more news articles than editorial articles. And list your sources again. So it looks like we're pulling some of our rules into our considerations. Pure editing and doing interviews. Interviews are great because you'll see their human interest pieces. Human interest. Types of newspaper articles. You've got well more than you need. The three are news, opinion, and feature. Sports falls under news, even though they have several sections in the newspaper. News is facts. Opinion or editorial, is an opinion, and feature is, say, general interest is a good way to put it. General interest. It's not news. It's just something of general interest. It's not an editorial. It would be like a piece on a local Olympian or something like that. And 5 struggles. Finding an interesting topic. Yes. One thing we don't do a good job with at our newspaper is covering all the grades. So we'll have a lot of newspapers about the upper grades, and we don't have very many about the lower grades. If you want to really find an interesting topic, go talk to the lower grade teachers. You'll find out some interesting things that are happening down there that might be good for a story. Making sure your facts are straight. That just takes time and talking to a lot of people and doing research. Using the right words, using the right format, and using grammar. These are all part of editing. So those are the things you need to know for writing a good newspaper article. And there's one thing that we're missing, and I'm going to write it here. Bias. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to look up bias and understand how it relates to newspaper articles, and we will discuss it in the future. But now you have a good format for what you're going to do with your newspaper article.